Be like, damn, slow down. I know you see a queen adjusting her crown. She been knocked down, but she never stayed down. She been living life like it's her playground. And they be like, damn, slow down. They can catch us, she be moving too fast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Always Talking with Audrey. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a trending story that has really captured the hearts of America for over a year. The story is about Orrin and Orson West, straight out of Cal City, and their story is something very much so off of IDTV, something that has not made sense and continues to puzzle us till this day. Now, Orrin and Orson, aged 4 and 3, went missing from California City, December 21st, 2020. Orrin and Orson were adopted by a man and woman named Trezell and Jacqueline West back in 2019 of April. Now, according to Trezell, which is the adopted father, December 21st, they were playing outside writing in chalk, while the adopted mother, Jacqueline, was inside wrapping presents for the upcoming holiday, and while Trezell was going in and out of the house getting wood because it is cold. He says that he allegedly left the gate open around 5 p.m. as he was continuously going in and out with the wood, and he believes that Orrin and Orson went through the gate to never be seen again. Just poof in thin air. Now he states that he allegedly, when he realized that he couldn't hear them or see them anymore and he went outside, he alleges that when he couldn't find them, he jumped in his car, drove around, and immediately drives back home to tell his wife that they needed to call the police, thus starting a missing person search for Orrin and Orson. Now, this is where things get tricky. A lot of people had serious questions about this because in where they lived, it was not of that many places to go. It was cold outside, and again, the boys are only 3 and 4, so how far on foot could they have really gotten? The community basically jumped in action. They wanted to find the boys, seeing that they were already adopted, seeing that they've already had this hard life. But the moment that the community got involved and the moment that the police got involved, a lot of red flags began into play. The first initial red flag was the fact that there were no updated pictures of Orrin and Orson at the time that the search started. So when the police is asking for pictures, they only had pictures back for 2019 and before, which was really strange. Another strange thing was Jacqueline and Trezell only did one interview, and in that interview, a lot of people felt like they were disconnected, that they did not come off as these loving, doteful parents.
Of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we weren't trying to go, out here. And so we stayed inside.
Did you guys ever go out and search?
Yes, we did. We searched before we called the cops. That's what we've been saying.
What time did they come up missing?
They came missing right before it got dark. And then I searched the property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, did you see some little black kids?
You go that way looking for them?
That's the way I was going to come, but when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take 2 people to go in the house and leave 2 kids out here by themselves? It should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching the child, not 2 parents going in the house and leaving 2 little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
No, they were in the backyard, and the back gate was open.
Out the backyard?
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood from this lot here.
So you guys have been unresponsible and left the gate open, left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right.
Now, this is where the smoking gun comes into play. There was live footage from a nearby camera where they see that on the day that Orrin and Orson went missing around the alleged time, they see that Trezell only looked for them for 6 minutes. So a lot of people called that out and was like, why were you only looking for these kids for 6 minutes? That's really weird. But they also seen footage that was the day before where they only seen 4 children getting in the car and not 6. Trezell and Jacqueline adopted 4 children, Orrin and Orson, 2 other children, and then they had 2 other biological children. So they had a total of 6 kids in their house. Why were only 4 getting in the car? No one knows. Now, during this time, Orrin Orson's biological father and mother were very vocal during this time, seeing that, you know, the kids were allegedly never supposed to be adopted. They were in foster care for reasons unknown, but they had all intentions of getting their children back, or the children being placed with family next of kin type of relation. So seeing that they had been adopted and their names were changed, Orrin Orson's real name is not Orrin Orson, and their last name is definitely not West, but because they were adopted, their identities was basically changed. The mother and father still knew exactly who their sons were, but get this, the pictures that were being plastered all over the media were the pictures that came from the biological mother. The adopted parents that have had the children for over a year did not have up-to-date pictures, or could not produce up-to-date pictures.
They might not remember me, but I remember them, and I'll show them. Like, it don't matter how long it take, how hard it's gonna be, I won't give up. I will never give up.
Missing since 5 p.m. yesterday, which is, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Dean says that imagining her boys are gone is a nightmare. She says that she misses them every day and is heartbroken that she isn't involved in their lives. Dean hopes that her children are okay and that she will be able to see them again.
If they find my kids, can they just give them back to me? Whatever I have to do to work on it, to get them. I have a home, I have a car, I have a job, I have money. It's nothing to provide for them. I come from a good background, as you can see, and I don't understand. I just want my babies. If they find them, just give them back to me, please. That's all I want.
Now, after the video footage shows that that they didn't see them getting in the car the day before, and that Trezell only was looking for them for 6 minutes, people were continuously calling bullcrap. They wanted to know exactly what was going on. Now, the police continued to do their investigation, and a part of that investigation, they had interviewed several neighbors and witnesses nearby, and allegedly the neighbors and witnesses claimed that they had not seen Orrin or Orson for months. They did not know. Now, the adopted parents accounted this to the fact that they had only been living in that house for a few months. So they're like, y'all don't know our times, y'all don't know what we do, you know. That was, you know, their very laissez-place answer to the witnesses not seeing them. Now, even though there was a lot of red flags, the search continued, and although the adoptive parents was not seen searching, the community and the children's biological parents were very much so involved and very vocal. I mean, they came up with shirts, they had search parties, they turned California City inside out for over a year looking for these 2 boys. The crazy thing is they even had reward money, and the reward amount increased over and over and over, just so someone could come forward and give some information, because it's like these kids just vanished in thin air, and that is not possible. Their reward money got up to over $125,000, and no one, y'all know how people love reward money, no one could come up with good enough evidence to even help the police in this case. So here we are, well over a year later. We are in March 1st, 2021, and breaking news happens, you guys. The breaking news is Trezell and Jacqueline are now locked up, and they are being charged with second-degree murder. The district attorney issued a statement during the press conference that stated that they have substantial evidence that proves that Orrin Orson was dead well before December 21st, 2020. And the unfortunate reality is the bodies still have not been found, but they have substantial evidence to prove that these two boys are no longer alive, and they have not been alive for way longer than what the family said. The biological parents are upset. They have been upset. They have been begging for their children to come home. Local parents have really got away scot-free for well over a year with little to no information. Now, they did comply with everything, of course, during the investigation. So when the warrants was happening and the evidence was seized and everything, they, of course, had no choice but to give it up. But they were free people this entire time up until Tuesday. Now, their arraignment is Thursday, which is today, you guys. So I will be updating you guys on what happens. But this is the story that everyone is talking about. When you guys hear about Cal City West boys, this is the story. So I wanted to bring it to you guys and get you guys caught up to speed. Now, as always, please don't forget to like and comment below your thoughts about this. Did you guys hear about this case? I knew about this case as it was going on, and a part of me was hopeful that something would come up. I honestly thought that one of the boys' biological family members had them, and that this whole time, you know, they were just hiding them. So it was, I'm not going to say a shocker to me, but I was like, wow, you mean to tell me it took over a year for you guys to piece together the evidence, and again, the boys' bodies still have not been found. So very sad story, but it's still developing. There's a lot of information that we do not know. We have not known this entire time. So we are going to be following this from here on out. Don't forget to like this video and comment below and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.